Picture yourself at the rim of a canyon so deep, it seems to stretch forever. Or standing beneath towering mountains that rise into the sky like ancient guardians. The American landscape is a masterpiece, shaped by nature's most powerful forces. Over millions of years, wind, water, and tectonic shifts have carved out its breathtaking forms. Surprisingly, the Appalachian Mountains are even older than the towering Himalayas. This adventure takes us deep into the United States' most awe-inspiring natural wonders. We'll go beyond the usual tourist spots to explore rugged peaks, deep gorges, and striking deserts. Each place tells a story of Earth's incredible history and energy. Experience the wild beauty of these natural monuments in brilliant 4K detail. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to travel with us across these unforgettable landscapes. Denali, Alaska. Denali's 20,310-foot summit pierces the Alaskan sky, its massive bulk creating its own weather systems in North America's most rugged wilderness. The mountain's sheer scale becomes clear when clouds part. Its vertical rise from base to peak exceeds even Mount Everest's, dwarfing all surrounding peaks in the Alaska Range. Denali National Park's 6 million acres shelter the Big Five: grizzlies digging for tundra roots, caribou traversing glacial valleys, Dall sheep clinging to cliffs, wolves on the hunt, and moose wading through wetlands. Only 30% of visitors glimpse the entire mountain due to its infamous cloud cover, making those rare clear moments when the summit gleams in Arctic light truly magical. The park road's 92-mile route reveals ever-changing perspectives of the peak, from polychrome tundra vistas at Stony Hill to the reflective wonder of Wonder Lake. While climbers face weeks on the West Buttress route, day hikers can still feel Denali's power on trails like the Savage River Loop, where the mountain's glaciers seem close enough to touch. Late afternoon transforms the landscape when alpenglow sets the snowfields ablaze in pink light, best viewed from spots like Eielson Visitor Center's observation deck. More than just a peak, Denali represents wilderness at its most untamed, where nature operates on its own terms, and humans are mere spectators to its grandeur. Monument Valley, Arizona. Monument Valley's iconic buttes rise like desert sentinels, their rust-red sandstone formations sculpted into dramatic spires and mesas over 200 million years of erosion. The 17-mile valley drive winds through this Navajo tribal park, revealing cinematic vistas of landmarks like the Mittens, Totem Pole, and Elephant Butte from every angle. At dawn and dusk, the valley transforms. Sunlight paints the cliffs in fiery hues, while long shadows stretch across the valley floor, creating surreal silhouettes. Navajo guides share ancestral knowledge on backcountry tours, explaining how these formations hold creation stories and sacred significance in Diné culture. The park's silence is profound, just wind whispering through junipers, and the occasional cry of a red-tailed hawk circling above the sandstone cathedrals. Hollywood cemented its legend, from John Ford westerns to modern blockbusters. These formations symbolize the mythic American West. Photographers flock here to capture the perfect interplay of light and stone, where cloud formations mirror the butte's shapes in nature's perfect symmetry. Navajo jewelers display silver and turquoise by the roadside as traditional hogans watch over the desert. Waimea Canyon, Hawaii. Waimea Canyon's fiery cliffs plunge 3,600 feet into the gorge below, their striated walls revealing volcanic history in shades of ochre, emerald, and rust, earning its Grand Canyon of the Pacific moniker. The Waimea River's relentless flow carved this 10-mile chasm over millennia, exposing layers of lava rock while feeding 800-foot waterfalls like Waipo that cascade down fern-clad ridges. Koki Roads overlooks frame ever-changing vistas, from the Waimea Canyon Lookout's sweeping panorama to the Pu Hina Hina viewpoint's dizzying perch above cloud-shrouded valleys. Hikers can choose adventures ranging from the family-friendly Iliao Nature Loop to the challenging Kukui Trail, which zigzags down to the canyon floor through native Ohia Lehua forest. Morning light works magic here. When the sun strikes the west-facing cliffs, rainbows often materialize in the spray of hidden waterfalls, only visible after rain. This geological masterpiece contrasts sharply with Kauai's coastal idyll, where the same volcanic forces that built the island later tore it open in spectacular fashion. Look closely at the cliffs to spot feral goats traversing near vertical slopes, their agility mirroring the canyon's untamed spirit. Waimea envelops you in the earthy perfume of rain-soaked guava and the canyon's eternal whisper of falling water. Garden of the Gods in Colorado. Garden of the Gods' fiery sandstone spires erupt from the earth like nature's skyscrapers, their jagged silhouettes framing views of snow-capped Pikes Peak in the distance. These 300-million-year-old formations tell a dramatic geological story. Ancient seabeds compressed into rock, then tilted vertically by tectonic forces and polished by wind into surreal shapes. The park's Central Garden Trail weaves between iconic formations like kissing camels and balanced rock, where massive boulders perch precariously on slender stone pedestals. At golden hour, the iron-rich rocks glow crimson against Colorado's cobalt skies, while rock climbers scale the park's famous Siamese Twins formation. Contrast defines the landscape. Prickly pear cacti bloom at the base of towering monoliths, and mule deer wander through juniper groves beneath the towering cathedral spires. Adventure options abound, from wheelchair-accessible pathways to technical climbing routes on the North Gateway Rock's sheer faces. This free public park preserves both geology and history. Evidence shows Ute tribes once camped among these same formations, centuries ago. The garden's hidden magic unfolds along quiet paths, canyon wrens singing between stone walls, and rain-warmed ponderosa pines, releasing their honeyed fragrance. Bryce Canyon National Park, Utah. Bryce Canyon's alien landscape defies conventional geology, not a river-carved chasm, but a series of natural amphitheaters packed with thousands of crimson hoodoos, resembling a stone forest. These delicate limestone spires, some towering 200 feet tall, formed through a rare combination of freezing cycles and acidic rainwater, dissolving the soft rock over millennia. Sunrise at Inspiration Point transforms the amphitheater into a glowing masterpiece. The hoodoos shift from dusky purple to neon orange as sunlight creeps across the cliffs. The Navajo Loop Trail descends through Wall Street's narrow slot canyon, where hikers pass between towering hoodoos draped in fragrant ponderosa pines. At 8,000 plus feet elevation, the park's thin air creates some of the continent's darkest skies. The Milky Way appears so vivid it casts shadows on moonless nights. Winter adds magic when snow dusts the hoodoo's caps, creating striking white-orange contrasts along the Queen's Garden Trail. Unlike grander parks, Bryce rewards close exploration. Peek behind formations to discover hidden arches, windows, and delicate balancing rocks. The quiet here feels profound, just the crunch of gravel underfoot and the occasional echoing call of a raven, soaring between the spires. Rainforest, Washington. The Hoh Rainforest's emerald embrace welcomes visitors into one of North America's only temperate rainforests, where annual rainfall exceeds 140 inches, nourishing a living tapestry of mosses, ferns, akodi, and towering evergreens. Ancient Sitka spruces, some over 300 feet tall, stretch skyward, their massive trunks cloaked in thick layers of club moss and lichens that shimmer when morning fog lifts. The Hall of Mosses Trail winds through a Jurassic-like landscape where maple branches drip with fluorescent green moss and nurse logs sprout new trees from their decaying wood. Morning transforms the forest. Sunbeams pierce the canopy like spotlights, illuminating spider webs beaded with dew, and the delicate fronds of sword ferns unfurling toward the light. The Hoh River's glacial waters carve through the valley, their banks lined with velvety moss cushions and giant fallen cedars slowly returning to the earth. Listen closely to hear the forest breathe, the patter of rain on leaves, the distant croak of a Pacific tree frog, and the creak of ancient trees swaying in the coastal breeze. This UNESCO World Heritage Site shelters rare species, like the Olympic banana slug and the elusive northern spotted owl within its damp, verdant cathedral. This living laboratory demonstrates nature's alchemy, where decomposition magically transforms dead wood into cradle soil, and every raindrop sustains vertical ecosystems, from canopy to forest floor. Grand Canyon, Arizona. The Grand Canyon's staggering dimensions, 277 miles long, up to 18 miles across, and over a mile deep, make it one of the planet's most awe-inspiring geological wonders, carved over 6 million years by the Colorado River. From the rim, the canyon unfolds in a mesmerizing display of layered rock, vibrant reds, deep purples, and golden hues revealing nearly 2 billion years of Earth's history. Each viewpoint tells a different story. Mather Point offers sweeping panoramas, while Lipan Point showcases the river's winding path through the canyon's heart. Descending Bright Angel Trail, hikers pass through multiple climate zones, from ponderosa pine forests at the rim to desert scrub near the river, a journey through time and elevation. At golden hour, the canyon transforms. Sunlight ignites the cliffs in fiery oranges and reds, while shadows deepen the crevices into inky blues. Mule rides to Phantom Ranch provide a historic way to experience the canyon's depths, following the same paths early explorers once traveled. The Colorado River, still carving the canyon today, offers rafting adventures through roaring rapids and serene stretches of quiet reflection. The Grand Canyon's striated walls form Earth's autobiography, each colorful stratum a chapter revealing ancient seas, shifting deserts, and the relentless sculpting hands of time. Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Park, Colorado. Black Canyon's vertical abyss reveals nature's relentless sculpting power, where the Gunnison River carved 2,722 feet through Precambrian rock at nearly 1 inch per century. From the South Rim overlooks, visitors confront sheer 2,000-foot drops to a ribbon of whitewater that spends just 33 minutes in direct sunlight each winter day. The canyon's narrow throat creates dizzying perspectives. At Warner Point, the opposite rim sits just 1,100 feet away, while plummeting 2,250 feet vertically. Experienced hikers descend the harrowing Gunnison route, navigating 1,800 feet of loose scree and chain-assisted cliffs to touch the raging river below. At dawn, sunlight creeps down the blackened walls like liquid gold, illuminating pegmatite veins that glitter like constellations in the metamorphic rock. The park's international dark sky status guarantees celestial spectacles. Milky Way reflections shimmer in the river on moonless nights. Unlike wider canyons, this 48-mile gorge forces contemplation of vertical space, where swallows dart across a sky-spanning chasm just yards wide. The canyon's layered walls unveil Earth's 2 billion-year memoir, written in stone by time's slow hand. Mount Shasta, Northern California. Mount Shasta's solitary cone dominates Northern California's skyline, its 14,179-foot summit mantled in permanent glaciers that glitter under the alpine sun. This dormant stratovolcano last erupted in 1786, yet still exhales sulfurous fumes through fumaroles near its snow-covered peak. Sacred to the Wintu people, the mountain pulses with spiritual energy. New Age seekers flock to its base, drawn by legends of hidden Lemurian cities. The Everett Memorial Highway winds to 7,900 feet, offering panoramic views where wildflower meadows yield to volcanic scree fields. Climbers tackling Avalanche Gulch navigate 7,000 vertical feet of ice and ash, while day hikers explore Panther Meadows spring-fed pools. Winter transforms the slopes into a powder paradise, with backcountry skiers shussing down the Hotlam Glacier's pristine faces. The mountain creates its own weather. Lenticular clouds often crown the peak like UFOs, while afternoon winds sculpt the snow into surreal formations. Mount Shasta stands as nature's paradox, its snow-capped serenity masking the restless volcanic heart that could reawaken at any moment. Sequoia National Park, California. Sequoia National Park's ancient groves shelter Earth's most massive living organisms, giant sequoias that have weathered 3,000 years of storms, their cinnamon-hued trunks stretching 30 stories skyward. The General Sherman tree dominates its grove with a 36-foot diameter base. It's 52,500 cubic feet of wood, containing enough timber to build 120 houses, yet still growing wider each year. Crescent Meadows' sun-dappled paths weave through a living museum where sequoia saplings sprout from fire-scarred stumps, continuing an endless cycle of growth and renewal. The General's Highway climbs from 1,300 to 7,000 feet, revealing ever-changing ecosystems from oak woodlands to alpine peaks, where sequoias give way to stunted foxtail pines. Morro Rock's granite dome offers panoramic views of the Great Western Divide, where the Sequoia's true scale becomes apparent, as mere specks in a vast wilderness. At Tunnel Log, visitors drive through the hollowed base of a fallen giant, a sobering reminder that even these titans eventually return to nourish the forest floor. The park's complex ecology thrives on periodic fires, with sequoia cones only releasing seeds when flames crack their protective resin seals. Nature's ingenious survival strategy. Giants rise among granite cliffs, marble caves, and roaring falls, nature's grand symphony. Arches National Park, Utah. Arches National Park's geological wonders boast the world's highest density of natural stone arches, over 2,000 documented formations, carved from Entrada sandstone by 300 million years of wind and water. Delicate Arch's freestanding curve frames distant mountains at sunset, its 52-foot span glowing fiery orange against the La Salle Mountain's snow-capped peaks. The fiery furnace's labyrinthine canyons challenge hikers to navigate narrow passageways between towering fins that creak and groan as they slowly erode. Balanced Rock defies gravity, a 3,600-ton boulder perched precariously on a crumbling pedestal. Its eventual collapse just another chapter in the park's ever-changing landscape. Park Avenue's towering monoliths resemble a skyline frozen in stone, where morning light transforms the canyon into a corridor of golden light and deep shadow. Double arches intersecting curves create a natural amphitheater, where whispers echo off the curved sandstone walls, a rare acoustic phenomenon in the desert silence. The windows section offers beginner-friendly trails to massive arches like Turret and North Window, where pothole ecosystems teem with tiny fairy shrimp after rains. Here, stone breathes, wind, and water sculpt new arches, while ancient ones return to the desert in crimson clouds, revealing Earth's endless reinvention. Yellowstone National Park, Wyoming. Yellowstone's geothermal heart beats strong. Over 10,000 hydrothermal features hiss and bubble across the park, from the punctual eruptions of Old Faithful to the psychedelic colors of Grand Prismatic Spring. The park's wildlife spectacle unfolds daily. Bison jams create spontaneous traffic stops, while wolf packs patrol Lamar Valley and grizzlies forage in Hayden Valley's meadows. Yellowstone Lake's 136 square miles of icy waters conceal a submerged volcano caldera where hydrothermal vents create bizarre underwater landscapes, rarely seen by human eyes. The Grand Loop Road's 142 miles connect extraordinary sights. The thunderous Lower Falls plunging 308 feet into the Yellowstone River's canyon, and the gurgling mud volcanoes of the Fountain Paint Pots. Microscopic thermophiles paint the hot springs in impossible colors. Acidic waters grow vibrant yellow microbial mats, while alkaline pools shimmer in deep blues and greens. At Mammoth Hot Springs, terraces of travertine grow up to 8 inches yearly as mineral-rich waters cascade over ever-evolving limestone formations. The park's volcanic origins remain active. The ground trembles with hundreds of small earthquakes annually, and the entire caldera floor rises and falls with the Earth's molten breath. Yellowstone pulses as Earth's classroom. Geysers erupt, rivers carve, and the ground itself breathes heat, revealing our planet's fiery heart at work. Mauna Loa, Hawaii. Mauna Loa's immense bulk represents the world's largest active volcano by volume. Its gently sloping shield covering half of Hawaii Island and rising 30,085 feet from seafloor to summit. The volcano's 13,681-foot summit hosts Mars-like landscapes, barren lava plains where NASA tested moon rovers, with thin air and dramatic temperature swings. Mauna Loa's most recent eruption in 2022 ended a 38-year quiet period, sending fiery fingers of lava down its northeast rift zone towards sensitive ecological areas. The Mauna Loa Observatory, perched at 11,135 feet, measures Earth's cleanest air, its atmospheric data forming the global benchmark for climate change research. Hikers tackling the summit trail traverse 7.5 miles of volcanic terrain, passing through 5 distinct climate zones, from tropical forest to alpine desert. From the Mauna Loa Scenic Byway, Visitors witness the volcano's sheer scale, its smooth flanks stretching to the horizon, dwarfing all other Hawaiian peaks. The volcano's hidden danger lies in its fluid lava flows. During the 1950 eruption, rivers of molten rock reached the ocean in just 3 hours, moving faster than highway speeds. Mauna Loa rises as Earth's greatest geology lesson. Its slopes reveal how lava births islands, layer by layer, from ocean depths to cloud-piercing summits. Yosemite National Park, California. Yosemite's glacial carved valley reveals granite monoliths sculpted over millennia, El Capitan's 3,000-foot vertical face, and Half Dome's distinctive profile dominate the skyline. Yosemite Falls' three-tiered drop sends 2,425 feet of water cascading down. North America's tallest waterfall roars loudest in spring, then dwindles to a whisper by late summer. The Mist Trail's stone steps climb alongside 317-foot Vernal Fall, where hikers pass through rainbow-filled spray to reach Emerald Pool's tranquil waters. Mariposa Grove's giant sequoias stand as living monuments. The grizzly giant's 30-foot diameter base has weathered 2,700 years of Sierra storms. Tunnel view frames Yosemite's quintessential panorama. Bridal Veil Falls' wispy cascade in the foreground. Half Dome's granite dome glowing at sunset. The Merced River's mirror-like bends reflect cathedral rocks at golden hour, while dippers, aquatic songbirds, dart between submerged boulders. Glacier Point's overlook reveals the valley's U-shaped glacial origins, with climbers appearing as specks on El Capitan's dawn-lit face. Yosemite breathes wildness. Meadows ripple with bear movements, while cliff shadows conceal falcon nurseries, each species scripting its survival story in granite and grass. Half Dome, California. Half Dome's sheer granite face rises 4,737 feet above Yosemite Valley, its distinctive profile shaped by glacial plucking that left one side perfectly vertical, while the other slopes gently. The final 400-foot ascent requires gripping steel cables, anchored into the rock, a heart-pounding climb rewarded with 360-degree views, spanning the Sierra Nevada. From Glacier Point at sunset, alpenglow transforms the monolith into a blazing copper monument, while moonlight casts eerie shadows across its pockmarked surface. Mirror Lake's seasonal waters perfectly reflect Half Dome's north face in spring, creating the illusion of a complete stone circle before drying to a meadow by midsummer. Geologists estimate the missing half broke away 80,000 years ago, when glaciers dragged massive slabs of granite down the valley, like toy blocks. Permit-only access now protects the fragile ecosystem along the 14 to 16-mile round-trip hike, where hikers navigate granite staircases and Vernal Falls' misty spray. The dome's exfoliating surface constantly sheds thin layers of rock. Listen for the occasional ping of falling flakes, echoing across the valley. Half Dome isn't just a sight, it's a test of spirit. Every year, thousands grasp its cables, push past fear, and stand where granite meets sky. Zion National Park, Utah. Zion's towering cliffs rise like ancient skyscrapers, their Navajo sandstone layers revealing 150 million years of geological history in shades of crimson and cream. The Virgin River's relentless flow carved this masterpiece, Today, hikers wade through its narrow section, where 1,000-foot walls narrow to just 20 feet apart. Angel's Landing's knife-edge ridge challenges adventurers with 1,488 feet of elevation gain, culminating in panoramic views of the canyon's serpentine curves. The park's shuttle system glides past landmarks, like the Great White Throne and Court of the Patriarchs, where morning light sets the rock faces ablaze with color. Emerald Pool's oasis contrasts the desert landscape. Trickling waterfalls nourish hanging gardens of maidenhair fern and columbine beneath towering cliffs. Kolob Canyon's remote fingers of sandstone glow fiery red at sunset, their isolation offering solitude just 40 miles from the main canyon's bustle. More than scenery, Zion pulses with life. Desert bighorns sheepscale near vertical cliffs, while canyon wrens' songs echo off the walls. This living canyon continues to evolve. Each flash flood reshapes the riverbed, proving the landscape's dramatic story is still being written. Acadia National Park, Maine. Acadia's granite crown, Cadillac Mountain, claims the title of first U.S. sunrise from October to March. Its 1,530-foot summit offering 360-degree views of island-dotted waters. The park loop road's 27 miles reveal ever-changing seascapes, thunderous waves at Otter Cliff, serene tidal pools at Sand Beach, and hidden coves where harbor seals bask on seaweed-covered rocks. Rockefeller's 45 miles of carriage roads wind through silent forests of white pine and birch, their crushed stone surfaces perfect for biking past stone bridges and mountain vistas. Precipice Trail's iron rungs scale sheer cliffs, where peregrine falcons nest, rewarding climbers, with eagle-eye views of Frenchman Bay's sailing vessels. Bass Harbor Headlight stands sentinel on weather-beaten cliffs, its red light cutting through Atlantic fog since 1858. New England maritime history in one frame. Jordan Pond's glacial waters mirror the twin Bubbles Mountains, while the adjacent tea house serves popovers with blueberry jam, a century-old tradition. Storm watching at Thunderhole reveals the coast's raw power. Swells compress in a granite chamber, creating cannon-like booms when seas run high. Acadia's wild beauty was saved when millionaires and fishermen joined forces, creating America's first coastal national park. Badlands National Park, South Dakota. Badlands razor-edge formations expose 75 million years of geological history in colorful bands, ash-gray volcanic deposits, rust-red iron oxides, and golden-yellow sedimentary layers. The park's 244,000 acres transform at dawn. Sunrise ignites the pinnacles in fiery oranges, while evening shadows carve deep relief into the butte's jagged profiles. Notch Trail's ladder climb leads through a break in the wall, revealing a hidden canyon where bighorn sheep navigate near vertical cliffs with ease. Fossil Exhibit Trail showcases ancient relics still emerging from eroding rock, prehistoric rhino, and saber-toothed cat bones weathering out of the stone. Bison herds roam freely across mixed grass prairies, their dark forms contrasting sharply against pale Badlands formations at Sage Creek Basin. The Badlands Loop Road's 31 miles deliver sudden vistas. One moment you're in rolling prairie, the next surrounded by cathedral-like spires. Summer thunderstorms create magic. Dry washes become temporary waterfalls, and the clay-rich, slick rock glistens like polished metal under retreating storm clouds. This winding route reveals Earth's raw transformation, where relentless winds and rains strip away bedrock at a visible pace, reshaping cliffs before your eyes. Olympic National Park, Washington. Olympic's triple ecosystems collide dramatically. Where else can you trek across a glacier, wander through a rainforest, and comb a wild beach all in one day? The Hoh Rainforest cathedral groves drip with moisture. Sitka spruces stretch 300 feet tall, their branches heavy with epiphytes that filter sunlight into an emerald haze. Rialto Beach's sea stacks stand like ruined castles against the Pacific's fury, while tide pools at Second Beach reveal purple sea stars and emerald anemones at low tide. Hurricane Ridge's alpine meadows explode with wildflowers in July, framing views of the blue glacier's crevassed ice, tumbling down Mount Olympus. The Elwha River's restored flow now churns freely past old dam sites, its renewed waters drawing spawning salmon back to ancestral beds after a century's absence. Ruby Beach's driftwood graveyard testifies to winter storms' power, where silvered logs pile like pickup sticks against blood-red cliffs of iron-rich sandstone. Quinault Valley's ancient cedars harbor Roosevelt elk herds. Listen for their bugling echoes through fog-shrouded forests in autumn. Olympic pulses with wild endurance. Sure-footed goats defy vertiginous heights while fluorescent slugs chart slow-motion trails through fern-laden shadows. Joshua Tree National Park, California. Joshua Tree's namesake yuccas twist skyward in bizarre silhouettes. These slow-growing monocots, not true trees, can live 150 years, their blooms dependent on precise winter rains. The park's geological split reveals two distinct deserts. The Colorado's low-elevation creosote flats meet the Mojave's higher boulder piles at Keys View's 5,185-foot overlook. Hidden Valley's granite walls form a natural rock climbing gym, where quartz monzonite's grippy texture attracts climbers to test routes, like intersection rock. At Barker Dam, pioneer graffiti from the 1900s cattle ranching era mingles with much older petroglyphs left by Serrano and Chemehuevi peoples. Desert nights transform. After sunset, the park's international dark sky status reveals celestial wonders, with Venus casting shadows during moonless periods. The Chawla cactus garden glows golden at dawn, its teddy bear chalice spines backlit like halos, deceptively beautiful given their barbed grip. Skull Rock's eroded features demonstrate granite exfoliation in action, where temperature swings cause the rock to peel like an onion over millennia. Desert nights buzz with life. Kit foxes stalk kangaroo rats as yucca moths dance with their floral mates. Saguaro National Park, Arizona. Saguaro National Park's towering cacti stand as living monuments. These slow-growing giants take 75 years to sprout their first arms, some eventually reaching 50 feet tall, in the Sonoran Desert's unique conditions. The park's twin districts flank Tucson. The Rincon Mountain Unit's higher elevations host oak woodlands, while the Tucson Mountain Unit's bajadas showcase classic saguaro forests against volcanic remnants. Hikers on the Hugh Norris Trail ascend through 5 distinct life zones, from saguaro-studded slopes to pine-clad ridges, offering panoramic views of the desert basin. At golden hour, the saguaro's ribbed shadows stretch across the desert floor, their white blossoms attracting lesser, long-nosed bats in summer's night pollination ritual. Desert ecology thrives here. Gila woodpeckers carve nest cavities in living cacti, while Harris's hawks hunt cooperatively among the cholla and palo verde. The Bajada Loop Drive winds past ancient petroglyphs at Signal Hill, where Hohokam people left rock art centuries before the first saguaro sprouted. Monsoon season transforms the landscape. July rains trigger explosive wildflower blooms and send ephemeral waterfalls cascading down rocky drainages. This park safeguards a desert fortress, where saguaros stand like spiked sentinels. Kangaroo rats recycle water from seeds, and creatures rewrite survival rules under the scorching sun.